Yo, what is going on, everybody? Snides here. We're back with another No Money Spent video. This is episode 13, I believe, and we're getting close to the end of set 1. What a ride it's been for No Money Spent, and let me tell you, this has been a very friendly No Money Spent game for sure. I'm making this video now because I am probably going to be taking some time off here within the next week or so, but I wanted to show you guys what the God Squad is going to be looking like by the end of set 1. Before we show you anything, May 12th is when Season 2, Set 2 will begin. We've got new XP reward path coming. We've got a new team affinity with 30 new players. Be on the lookout for that. We might be getting like future stars or something like that. It's going to be my guess. We've got Set 2 collection, bosses, and then alert. The blank, oh, let me go back. Then the last one, alert, the blank arrive in 3 blank. Not really sure what this could be, but I'm assuming this is probably some type of season XP reward. It's probably going to be the whatchamacallit in here, the season 1 XP path. That might be one of them right there. So number 3, it can't be Babe Ruth because we already have one of those. So I'm not really sure who that could be or what that means, but I'm really excited for set 2. Do keep in mind, you're still able to use the set 1 cards that are in the game. Set 3 is when you're going to have to worry about set 1 cards going away, and that's when you're going to have to worry about what wild card you're going to want to use. Wild card is basically just being able to use a card from set 1 during set 3. But we don't have to worry about that yet. Set 2, we will still be able to use set 1 cards. I personally am a huge fan of how Diamond Dynasty is running this year. All different structure, 99s everywhere, but it's still very balanced. I still really like how this is going, and I think it's going to keep the game fresh. So set 2, really excited for that to drop. So we're close to the end of set 1. As you can see here, we have over 200,000 stubs. We have completed the collection reward, and we have to remember that those are all core cards. So all of these cards that we earned, we will be able to use the entire year. So that is huge. It's a big reason why you guys should get these collections done. As far as the set 1 collection, we've got 164 cards. So I was able to get one of these cards. We might be able to get to 200 by the end of set 1. Hopefully. We do have until May 12th. So hopefully we can do that. Still trying to build up the stub count here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team. All right, so here's what the God Squad is looking like. No money spent at the end of set 1. At catcher, we have Harry Ford. Catcher is a weird position right now. There's not a whole lot of really good catchers in the game right now. So Harry Ford has actually been doing really well for me. He's got really good hitting stats, and he's actually got some speed too. So this is like a cheaper version of that 99 overall JT Real Muto. We don't want to be spending that kind of stubbage around here, so we go with the Harry Ford card. He's been really good for us. Going over to first base, we got 99 overall Lou Gehrig. This guy has been a beast for me. This is actually one of my newer players. We did get this card from grinding out the Rank Seasons program. I think this whole season I played like a total of like 20 games. I didn't even play that many games. And then I played a lot of co-op. Co-op was able to get me through that Rank Seasons program, and we were able to get Lou Gehrig in the lineup. Coming over to second, we've got Francisco Lindor at his secondary position. Francisco's been really good for us. Although his stats might not look like it, he's at 277. Wow, that's actually way lower than I thought. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's in a little bit of a slump, but I feel like I've been playing pretty well with Frankie. Frankie's a really good switch hit, always good to have. And we got him from the season 1 reward path. At shortstop, of course, we've got the collection reward. That is Derek Jeter. We've got him up to a parallel 1, and he's been playing really good with us. I mean, we used him in the Moonshot event a lot, so he has a pretty good batting average. He has 6 home runs, and he has 33 at-bats with us for 17 hits. Derek Jeter, I thought he was going to be a huge L this year because I thought they were going to screw him on the power, but Derek Jeter, he's been good so far. But if I do find a way to get my hands on that 99 Tatis, he might lose his position here. I really hate that he only has shortstop as an option here, so I can either put him at shortstop or he has to be a DH for us. So I don't know. I feel like I spent a lot of stubs on that collection, and I feel like it's a waste if I don't use him. So for now, he is our shortstop. At third base, one of our newer cards, and that is Chipper Jones from the Set 1 collection. This card is the best card in the game, hands down, in my opinion. And he's been great for us. He's at 357. He's only had 14 at bats. We just recently got him. That was our last No Money Spent video, I believe, of us getting him. We used him in the Moonshot event. And then we've also played like 2 games of ranked seasons with him. And we've also used him in BR a little bit. And every time I use him, he's an absolute monster. Chipper Jones, if you guys got to try to get that set 1 collection, at least the first level to get this Chipper Jones. He is a monster. Next in left field, one of my OG cards here, Christian Yelich. He's probably been in this lineup the longest, and there's a reason for it. Every Christian Yelich card that I've ever used in any game, really, any MLB The Show, Christian Yelich has been an absolute monster, so I knew immediately this card was going to be really, really good, and he has performed for us. Looking at his stats, he's at 517 batting average. He's got 15 home runs with 59 plate appearances. I mean, this card is absolutely legendary. He killed it in the Moonshot event for us, and he's just got a nasty swing. I highly recommend using this guy. Center field, this is an interesting one. Trey Turner. I cannot believe he's actually playing center field for us. I want to get that Mike Trout, but he's just too expensive for No Money Spent, and we were able to get this guy through the set 1 collection. He's one of those first cards. You got Jazz Chisholm, who was in center field for a little bit, and then you've got Trey Turner out here, and I chose to go with Trey Turner because 1, Trey Turner cards always play really, really good, and 2, to me, for center field, I think the most important part is speed, and Trey Turner, as we all know, has that. He's got really, really good speed, and of course, he can hit very, very well. He's got a good swing. I think Trey Turner, he's getting the job done for us. He's batting .409 for us. He's only got a few home runs, 23 plate appearances. And then going out to right field, we've got Sammy Slammy Sosa. I really love this card. He's absolutely amazing. He can basically do everything. He's got the speed, he's got the bat, he's got the swing, everything you need, he's got it. He's batting .517 for us, only 4 home runs for 30 plate appearances, and we used him in the Moonshot event, so he didn't really hit very many home runs as much. As you can see here, I haven't really played the game as much as I would like to, but we've been grinding a lot of offline games, and early on in MLB The Show, that's what you do. You grind out against the CPU, especially if you're No Money Spent. So that's what we've been doing. We hope to get more ranked seasons in the future. Probably not this season, but maybe the next season we're going to try to grind out for World Series. And then last but not least, one of the older cards in this lineup is this Moontak. I cannot say his first name. It is Murakami. We're just going to go with that. This guy has been an absolute beast for us. We knew on day 1 this card was going to be really, really good. 125 power on both sides. He can play third or first. I got him at DH for now because I want to be able to put Chipper in the lineup here. Parallels, we've almost got him to a parallel 3. And look at this guy. He's hitting .455 with 9 home runs and 57 plate appearances. This card has been really, really good for us. So all in all, this is our team right now. We have been using other cards, of course, which is why the stats are kind of spread out a little bit. But the OGs, the best cards on this team right now are probably Christian Yelich, Murakami, or Chipper Jones. I think when it comes to set 3, the wild card that I want to use, it might go to Chipper Jones. Most likely it will because of that switch bat and just how he can do everything. That card is just hands down the best card in the game. And then going down to our bench here, these are just pretty much honorable mentions. I've been using a lot of these cards, as well as bench utilization right now isn't really, I don't know, used as much, but pretty much all of these guys have been a huge impact on the squad here, and I immediately want to start with George Springer. He might find his way back in the lineup, I'm not sure yet, but for whatever reason, this card has been absolutely disgusting for me. He's got really good stats, and George Springer always has a really good swing. If we go into the stats here, my goodness, he is hitting 610, 13 home runs for 43 plate appearances. My goodness, George Springer has been an absolute legend for me. I don't know if it's because of the Moonshot event or what, but he was just hitting home runs left and right. Seemed like every game he was getting a home run for me. So George Springer might not be a bad option, especially since he's very, very easy to get through the Easter egg program that's out there. I have a video on that if you are having a hard time with that Easter egg program, but it's very, very easy to get this card, and he's well worth it for sure. Next is Javi Baez. This guy has been with us since day one, I believe he was our first selection of the Charisma series, and we went with Javi Baez. This is usually a card that does not perform very well, but what I saw, he's got good power, and Javi Baez, I don't know, he kind of gets screwed on his cards a lot, and I feel like this card was really, really good. He's hitting 436 for me with 6 home runs with 41 plate appearances. Javi's been good for us. And then, of course, one of the collection rewards here, Mark McGwire. I took him out of the lineup because he's kind of, ever since they changed his appearance, his swing, they basically changed everything. This was probably how it should have started off, because now his player model looks a lot more like this card art, and it doesn't look like the St. Louis Cardinals Mark McGwire, which I'm sure we will get a 99 overall of that card in the future. So what he has now is what I think they should have started with. But the fact that they started with a really, 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 really good card that had a nasty swing and then went to this one, I don't know. It kind of just made me not like this card anymore. They changed his swing up a little bit on this card. He's got like a weird leg kick now that we're not used to. His swing is a little slower than what it was before. But stats wise, he's hitting 395 with 7 home runs for 45 plate appearances. I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to this card or what, but for now, he's going to sit on the bench. And then O'Neal Cruz, of course, I've got him on the bench for like a speed option, basically. You want to have somebody on your bench that can run really fast. And then you want to have like lefties and righties for different situations. So my bench is going to be changing all the time. I just wanted to put these cards in here just to show you guys how we're doing with some of the other cards that are performing on the God Squad. All right, so we're going to go over the pitching real quick here. Pitching for set 1, in my opinion, has kind of been an L. There's no like meta pitchers out there that everybody uses. There's no pitcher out there that's like super scary to face. Bob Gibson, in my opinion, has been the best pitcher through set 1. I just recently got him, but every time I face him, he's really, really good. And I've used him for maybe 2 games or something like that, and Bob Gibson has performed. I really like what I'm seeing from this card, and he's really cheap. Really easy to get him. And then I've got Dustin May. Dustin May, he's probably one of the better pitchers through set 1. He's been good for us. We got Johnny Cueto, the Mets live series Tom Seaver. He might get replaced here soon. Actually, I already know who I'm going to replace him with, and that is this Luis Castillo through the Charisma series program. Luis Castillo, I think I like what I see here. He's got a sinker slider. I want to try him out. I haven't really used him yet, but he's got a goofy release, I believe. And he's got to get a pretty good pitch mix. And then lastly, I've been using Fernando Valenzuela. You can get him through the collection reward for the live series program. Valenzuela, he throws ridiculous pitches. Like, he's got an 81 mile an hour screwball, 77 mile an hour curveball, a 71 mile an hour, which sometimes gets down to 68 circle change. And then he's got a 92 mile an hour fastball. Every time I use this card and I face somebody unranked, he throws everybody off. He's perfect for that. And then our relievers, this is our bullpen. I feel like they've given us better bullpen arms than we have for starting pitchers. So expect in set 2 to see a lot of really, really good pitchers. I think that's coming. But in the bullpen, we've got Michael King. We've got Mariano Rivera at parallel 2, Gregory Soto. We've got Daniel Bard, Jonathan Loaizaga, Lee Smith, Billy Wagner, and then Rob Dibble. Now, there's a lot of different relievers that are pretty good out there. You got this Andrew Chafin, who in my opinion, I think is a pretty good lefty arm to have in your bullpen. Of course, you've got Shohei Ohtani. You can use this card as a pinch hitter as well. Of course, he's got hitting stats. Emilio Duvall, this is a good card as well. I kind of took him out because he doesn't have that goofy release anymore, and I feel like he's not as great as what he used to be, but he's not too bad. There's a lot of really good relievers in this game, and I feel like it's easy to get a good bullpen. But the starting pitching, I think it needs to step it up a little bit. I don't like this rotation that I have at all. But that is the God Squad right now. That's where we are sitting in no money spent. Hopefully, we can get back on set 2 quickly here. As I said before, we will be gone for maybe, I think it's just a few days or so. But we've got some videos coming out. In the meantime, hopefully we can help you guys out there. All right, so that's pretty much the end of this video. That's my God Squad. That's what we're looking at here. I'm going to go through and sell all of my duplicates. Hopefully we get most of our stubs back. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Another No Money Spent episode in the books. Subscribe if you guys are new right here. That's going to be it for me. I'm out of here. Peace.